Well, that was so much better, wasn't it? It's so nice to come away from a Newcastle United victory today, knowing that the intensity was back, some of the play was great, and yet we still probably have a couple of gears to go through to get back to our very best. But players are returning, players are starting to get match fit, and boy, the work rate was there tonight, which we haven't seen in the last few games. So hello everybody and welcome to the match reaction here on the Toon Review. My name is Paul. Thank you very much for watching. It finished at St James's Park. Newcastle United 3, Wolves 0. A very comprehensive scoreline. Didn't start very well, first 10-15 minutes. Wolves looked like they had a lot more of the ball. However, the monsoon conditions that then developed in the first half, I think we reacted much, much better to. Wolves sort of ran out of ideas after the first few huffs and puffs. We then started to control the game very well. And of course, getting the 2 goals in the first half was absolutely brilliant. It really gave us a good cushion at half-time to move on to the rest of the game and be very comfortable through the second half. I thought the first goal was brilliant awareness from Fabian Schär at first, winning the ball in defence and then getting the ball very quickly out to Anthony Gordon, sprinting down the pitch, plays it into Bruno, deflected straight into the path of Isak, who put the header away. Now, what you will say about Fabian Schär today is he was back to his very, very best today. And he goes through these phases, doesn't he, where he looks like he's not interested for 1 or 2 games and his form kind of dips. But when he's playing like that, he is magnificent. Absolutely magnificent. You could see he was up for it from the start because I think it was in the first 10 minutes, I think Neto made a break through Dan Burn and Botman, got through between them, and it was Schär that came over to make a last-ditch tackle on Neto before he was able to get the shot away. And I kind of looked at that and thought, wow, yeah, he's up for this one. And his passing was incredible. He put the pass across for Livramento for the 3rd goal as well. So many plus points in this game. So many plus points. The intensity was back. Now, if you go back and rewatch that game, whenever we lost that ball, there was still some sloppy passes going on, don't get me wrong. But the difference between today and the last couple of games was the intensity is there to win the ball back. Losing the ball, they got straight back on their feet. They were straight back into the Wolves players' faces to win the ball back. Didn't always happen. Didn't always win the ball back, but the intensity was there, and we made life very, very difficult for the Wolves players. And that's what I loved about the performance today. Now, like I said at the start, I think there's still a couple of gears to go through. There's no doubt about that. We can be even better. But it's the players returning. It's giving Eddie Howe options on the bench to bring on players. Now, today, he brought 3 on at first. He brought Miley on. He brought Murphy on. And, of course, Almer on. And Harvey Barnes came on. And it took them around about 5-6 minutes to get into the game. But once they did, I thought we took over the game again because there was a 10-minute spell before that where Wolves were a little bit threatening. They had a couple of attempts on goal. Dubravka, solid as a rock again today, by the way, commanded his box brilliantly. I mean, he seems to be, Dubravka, every game he plays now, he's stepping up a level, getting back to rolling back the years. So, you're not as pressured when you're a defender, when your goalkeeper suddenly springs into life like that and has a bit of form about him. The downside of today, Kieran Trippier's injury. Now, you could look at it both ways because obviously it's given Tino Livramento a chance to come into the team if Trippier is going to be out long term. I'm not so sure at time of recording this what the injury is to Kieran Trippier. It's a little bit of a worry because obviously he just kicked the ball out of play and went down. He wasn't sort of writhing around in any pain or anything, but he must have felt a strain or a pull on his what looked like his calf muscle. But obviously the club will confirm that to us in due course. We hope it's not a long-term injury. But on the flip side of that, it gives Tino Livramento a chance. He played nearly all of that second half today, and you have to say he was bloody awesome. He was absolutely magnificent, both defensively and going forward. That goal he scored, the close control. If you watch that goal back, the close control and then the audacity just to stroke it like a little pass into the side of the net was just brilliant. The confidence that the kid's got is right up there. But it was a superb ball from Fabian Schär to pick him out on the right-hand side. So, we don't have a problem with Livramento starting if Trippier is injured. Obviously, Trippier, his experience and things like that are very vital to Newcastle United. But when you've got Livramento there, I just think you have to find a way to get Tino Livramento into that side. You have to, because he is bags of confidence, he's got bags of skill, and he's great to watch. Now, Does he need to be a bit more firmer defensively? I think he does. You know, the times he's come on recently, he's been done a few times. But listen, he's still a kid. But he is ready. He is ready for this level now. And we see that time and time again when he's on the pitch. We see it all the time. And what I really liked was his awareness when Martin Dubravka made that save down to his right, got a really good hand on it, pushed it away. Tino Livramento knew he had to react very quickly because there's a Wolves player behind him. And we've seen that a few times this season where the ball has just gone straight and we haven't been switched on and the opposition players won the ball first and put it in the onion bag. But not tonight. Livramento was aware, cleared the ball, and then had the awareness to take Nuri on and win the free kick and settle it all down. That is quality defending. Again, in midfield, you know, people are going to talk about Sean Longstaff. I thought Sean was a passenger again today. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether he's playing with a little bit of a knock or not, but Eddie never brings him off. So that would signal to me that he's not playing with any kind of injury. He's just Eddie's man. But there was some sloppy play from Sean in the first half. He wasn't really involved. You know, we see the work rate of Willock and Bruno, but nothing from Sean. But he did step up a little bit in the second half. He made himself more available. He got on the ball a few times, played some very nice touches to get us on the break. And that's what Sean is capable of. But at the minute, we're not seeing that for a full 90 minutes. But, you know, let's talk about Bruno. Because, you know, he kind of scares the crap out of me at times when he's got the ball near our own penalty area because he hangs onto it for so long. And then sometimes he'll get knocked off the ball. And that is a big worry. But especially the second half today, guys, he was just sensational. Some of those touches and passes were incredible. And that one to Miggy, where Miggy took it down really well, but Bentley came out very quickly to smother the ball. It would have been a worldie of a goal. But the pass was a no-look pass. He was looking at the Gallagher end when he hit the pass to Miggy. Simply sensational. The guy has got so much talent. I just wish he had that extra yard of pace. Because if he had that extra yard of pace, the guy would be simply untouchable. Absolutely untouchable. But so many positives to the game, far outweighing the negatives. You know, we got a goalkeeper there today who seems to have restored his confidence from years back and commanded the area brilliantly, made some very good saves. I thought Botman was better today, not as good as Fabian Schär, because Schär just put himself all over the pitch. But Botman, you know, he stayed his ground. He didn't let too much beat him, apart from that once in the first half with Neto, of course, going between him and Dan Burn. I thought Burn played okay. I thought he had a fantastic run again in the second half where he clipped that across to Willock, and that header was sensationally cleared off the line. That could have been another assist for Big Dan Burn and another goal for Willock. But Joe Willock coming back is massive for us. We cannot underestimate how important Joe Willock is to this football side. You know, his drive to get the ball, his determination to win the ball back today was all coming back. You can see him getting fitter and fitter, and that only bodes well. You know, Barnes came on, looked a lot better than he did against Blackburn, and then, of course, Elliot Anderson gets a couple of more minutes on his rehabilitation. So there is much more positives to look at here moving forward. You know, we move back to 8th in the table now. It's all back on again. And we said we needed... you know, in the preview we did on Thursday night, we said we needed that game that was going to turn our season. Just give us that little bit of a spin from all the downward spiral that we've been having. And tonight we've got it. We've got a 3-0 win. We've got a clean sheet. We've got a good performance. But there's still gears to go. And that excites me. The players that are coming back, we've still got an extra 2 gears to go up. And that can only bode well for us for the rest of the season. Providing we avoid serious injuries. And, of course, you know, right back is one of the positions there where we are very, very well covered. So if we lose Trippier for a few weeks, yes, it's bad because we lose the captaincy, we lose his experience, etc. But we do have players who can cover that position very, very, very well. So that is an exciting part for me moving forward. We're getting players back in the right positions. Isak looked sharp again today. You know, and the more minutes he gets back under his belt, the sharper and sharper he's going to get. I like this movement today. I like this combination with especially Gordon and you know, Willock in times in a sort of triangle. It was all working. And it, you know, sometimes the passes went awry, but they're trying again. They're trying those little triangular through balls and 1-2s and things like that we know these players are capable of. And I just think there's so many more plus. And it's nice. It's nice to see them doing that this time instead of sitting here saying, we didn't put ourselves around or we didn't do this, we didn't do that. Yes, there was certain aspects of the game that could have been better where we let Wolves back into it for 10 minutes in the second half. But overall, we have to be very pleased with that result and very positive about it because players are now stepping up to the plate. They haven't been doing that over recent weeks. They did it today. And Miggy coming on, again, as an impact sub, I thought he caused all sorts of problems for Wolves. He was very good when he came on. So I am delighted, absolutely delighted to get that win today and get the clean sheet and 3 points. We have to be. And we have to be very, very positive moving forward as to what this team can do for the rest of the season in the Premier League, finishing as high as they can. It's not all going to be brilliant. As we know, Newcastle United is very much a roller coaster ride. But right now, as we stand here or sit here, we are playing today brilliantly. Can't fault the lads. Can't fault them at all. So I'm very, very pleased. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the game. Where do you think we still need to improve? Or are you just happy that we've got the win under our belts now? And could this be the turning point in the season where we really do make a challenge to finish as high as we can in the Premier League? Let me know. But thank you very much for watching the video. If you have enjoyed it, as usual, please give it the thumbs up. Very important for the channel. And of course, if you're new and you like what you see, we have had so many subscribers during the Matchday Live show. Thank you so much and welcome to all of you. Do subscribe if you are new and you haven't yet. Notification bell, make sure you hit it so that you never miss a live show or an upload like this video right now. Obviously, Billy and Alex are doing their Patreon podcast, so that's in the description if you want to check Patreon out as well. It just gives you a little bit more extra content away from the camera with some very, very good podcasts in there as well. But thank you for watching. Don't forget, we'll be back tomorrow, 7 o'clock live with the match review. And as I said during the live show, please all try and get there for 7. We've got a very special announcement to start the show. And then, of course, we will take a deeper dive into the game and give you all our player ratings. But for now, have a very, very good weekend, guys. And we'll see you live tomorrow night at 7. Take care.